Steve, how you like my new duds? You know, for now, I didn't know that burgundy was my color.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I count 6 shots, nigga.
I count 2 guns, nigga. You said in 76 years on this plantation, you've seen all manner of shit done to niggas. But I noticed, you didn't mention kneecapping.
Oh, God! Motherfucker! Definitely!
76 years, Steven. How many niggas you think you see come and go, huh? 7,000? 8,000? 9,000? 9,999? Every single word that came out of Calvin Candy's mouth was nothing but horse shit. But he was right about one thing. I am that one nigga in 10,000.
You motherfucker! Oh, sweet Jesus, let me kill this nigga. You ain't gonna get away with this, Django. They gonna catch your black ass. You gonna be on the wanted posters now, nigga. The bounty hunters gonna be looking for you. You can run, nigga, but they gonna find your ass. And when they do,
All right, this is the Three Ninjas Podcast. It's anime analysis by African Americans, comic book commentary by Coloreds, movie reviews from me and you, your mama and your cousin too. As usual, I go by the name of Domino, aka Full Metal Smacker Bitch, aka Womb Raider.
Yo, Demeter, I thought you were gonna play with my frog.
Your frog ain't jumping in my direction. There's a new tadpole in town.
AKA the Bulbasaur Ambassador, AKA Caterpie Stone Edge, AKA Clark Kente Cloth, Dreddy Kruger, Optimus Rhyme, Ghost in a Half Shell, Oscar the Gooch, Space Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deku, G.I. Jimbo.
G.I. Jimbo, he's gonna destroy everybody for you and you and you and you.
Akuma Matata, Mansa Mufasa, Tony's little friend, Frank Castlevania, Ninja Scroll and Chill, and R2D2 Chains. And as always, I am joined by
Hess Jones, aka the Full Metal Alcoholic.
I gotta have a beer.
AKA A-Bay Blade, AKA Ivan Uzi, AKA Bernie Big Mac.
What the fuck was that?
Tenchi Negro, the Affluent Samurai, Black Blaster on top of your beer.
Splash,
Mace Wind Durag.
You know what I got underneath this do-rag?
What you got on the do-rag?
Another do-rag.
The North End Naruto, G-Gundam Unit, Ash Killer Can Ketchum, Hesh Baka, Snack Lightning, Jason Mimosas, and Wilson Flask.
and also in the motherfucking dojo.
I go by the name of Bobby, aka Darth Hater, aka the Man of Skill, aka the Juggernaut.
yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch.
Aka Professor Sex, Mag Negro, Bizarro Rondo, Super Saiyan Brohan, Piccolo Escobar, Bruce Maine, Clout Strife, Melanin Manson, Samurai Black, Michael, get the strap son, Red Jacket, hee hee, Campaign Poppy, Bobby McFly.
What's wrong, McFly? Chicken?
Nicholas Gage, Bastard Troy.
I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the tube of cadmium yellow that's impossible to open. I am...
And Darkington.
Oh man, my ninjas. What's going on with y'all this fine weekend, man?
Hey.
Yeah, man.
What's going on, Hesh? How you feeling, man? How are things? Are you doing better than last time?
No, I'm fucking miserable right now. If I'm being honest, I'm fucking dying right now. But
It's okay.
yeah, no, I'm fucking doing horrible.
You're allowed.
Yeah, I'm fucking doing, I think, worse.
Worse? What the fuck happened?
I'm just stupid. But
Oh, God.
nah, it's not important. But thank you for everybody who did reach out to me. There's a few people.
Oh, you got some DMs?
Yeah, I got a couple of DMs from people, so
Yeah.
I do appreciate the love and support from you.
Any females?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, no.
You thought you was gonna get some sympathy, pussy or something?
You can have it. You don't know.
Oh my God, you so sad. I gotta give him some pussy.
Well, fuck some happiness into you, nigga.
Only gonna give you a little bit though. Did you use that link I sent you?
I did click on the link.
And what happened? Did you
I did not
inquire?
I did not go any further. I did click on the link.
Okay.
I would go further into that. I just forgot because I think you sent it while I was at work. So I like clicked on it real quick, and then I was like, all right, I'll do it later. And then I was like, oh yeah, but then my brain doesn't operate the way I need it to all the time, so so I forgot to go back. But I did click on it.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, man, people care about you, Hesh. People concerned about you. People just want the best for you, man.
That's what some people say.
God,
Now starting this. Bobby, how you doing, man?
I'm all right.
Not doing this shit 2 weeks in a row.
Nah. All right.
Bobby, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Nobody got died this week. Everybody cool?
You and
I bet
P
you
Rock.
gotta die. We get that later.
I mean, definitely gonna get to it later.
Yeah.
You and P Rock squared things out or not?
Probably
I
not.
ain't talking to that nigga. Fuck that.
That nigga gonna keep making beats. He gonna keep making memes. Niggas gonna go their separate way. Then one day, Pete Rock gonna understand, like, hey, what's the name flashing at the bottom?
Oh, that's who actually made the video?
Fuck that nigga. I ain't the only one he pissed off.
I can't read that. I keep blinking. I can't read that fast.
Let me go get my readers. Maybe that's why he just need to fucking put on
Readers.
Shit,
His fucking glasses.
yeah, get his glasses. So maybe that's probably why.
I was listening to Brilliant Idiots and Miko Grimes.
Yeah.
He had a problem
yeah.
with
Shut up,
I was like,
Peter.
see? It ain't just me.
I was thinking
It ain't
about
just me. This nigga's like annoying as fuck, man.
yo, real talk. This nigga Chris got snuff, Andrew, yo.
Yo.
It's just that's it. He got it. Just the way he be talking to that nigga. I be like, yo, you got to snuff that nigga.
It's that white boy humor. I saw Chris at this party, and I meant to talk to him, but I didn't get a chance because everybody was like swarming him and shit.
Yeah.
But I talked to Taylor, matter of fact.
Fun size T.
Yeah, fun size T. And I was like, yo, why you be letting Andrew talk to
Do
you
you
like that?
Oh, crazy.
He was like, it's all jokes. I'm like, yeah, all right. Sometimes he be like going a little too far.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
all right, like, nigga, we cool. Like, I know you through Charlemagne. I ain't flying with you like that. Don't be like white people get too comfortable. Andrew get too comfortable. He just gotta
be talking to Chris crazy.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, damn,
one day,
dog,
one
you
day,
gotta
Chris gonna do some
swing.
drunken monkey on him. Fuck him up. You gonna know what happens. So let's see. SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio. Wherever the fuck you get your podcast, we are there. Three Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com for any comments, questions, or concerns. If you want your question answered in the Ask a Ninja segment, you can reach us there. That's 3Ninjas Podcast at gmail.com or at 3Ninjas Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You can DM us there. So, the Incredible Sulk. What we got, man?
Fucking hate you, yo. Can't stand this nigga.
Hulk!
So
Sad!
Anywho.
No one understands Hulk. Hulk just want love.
Anyway, what's up, ninjas? My question for the pod is: which comedian had the most no filter stand up of all time? Eddie Griffin, Earthquake, Corey Holcomb, or Bernie Mac? This comes from CJ Nerdy Boy.
Yeah, CXJ Nerdy Boy. So, out of Eddie Griffin, Earthquake, Corey Holcomb, and Bernie Mac, I haven't seen a lot of Earthquake stand-ups. So
Earthquake funny as shit.
He is funny as shit. I remember him from like the Comic View days, but I haven't really kept up with him as far as like specials and stand-ups and shit. So for me, I can rule that one out.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb, Eddie Griffin, and Bernie Mac. From what I know about Corey Holcomb, he do say some off the
he gotta be. I was gonna say he the one.
He say some wild shit.
He be saying anything.
Like, he don't give a fuck about nothing. And then, but it's come to a point where he's been blackballed so much because of his outrageous comments that stopped him from getting actual like roles in like TV and movies and shit. Like the only thing I seen him on was like Wildin' Out in Comic View.
He was in Black Jesus.
I think he was.
Yeah, with like off the cut, like wild shit that you can get away with something like that, but nothing like that's gonna propel his career type thing.
Yeah, like he ain't doing no wild mainstream shit.
Yeah, shit like that. Like he does a podcast now that you can see on YouTube and hear on like iTunes and shit. That's like the
farthest
his fucking ceiling because he won't stop with the off the wall shit.
Yo, their quality of the videos is trash.
On what?
Corey
Holcomb shit.
Yeah. I was like, yo, like.
I mean,
I never watched
it. It's just a bunch of niggas in a room with a fucking. We need somebody to record shit. Here's a camera. We need a camera.
Yeah, this shit's in
bought
like
the shit from Walmart.
It's like 420p or some shit. Like,
God damn.
I'm
you
like,
know it's fucked up when you try to put it on the shit and YouTube is like, nah, this your cat be 420. That's it.
That's it.
God damn.
But for me, who said the most wild shit in a stand up that I can remember? Eddie Griffin didn't say nothing too wild. Like I think the ones I heard of him, he was talking about his family, how his family's like retarded or like how they just like be doing wild and dumb shit. But out of Corey Holcomb and Bernie Mac, I might it depends on the climate we in. If we going back in the day standards, I might have to say Bernie because he was just talking about his kids. Well, his
sister's kid, my sister kid,
his sister kids might being gay and beating up kids to the white meat and beating up people to the white meat, and then just all the off the wild shit he would say and the fucking retarded comments he would make. It was just like, yo, I'm back. If it was back in the day, I might have to, I might have to go with Bernie, but since Bernie's no longer with us, and I guess Corey Hogan's just continuously putting out what the fuck am I trying to say? Comedy and content. Yes, he says
one of the words with a C.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, nigga.
One of them C words.
You know the goddamn I was talking about. But yeah, as far as like right now, currently, I might have to go with Corey Hogan because he just don't give a fuck. He go at anybody, anytime, anywhere, any place. I think the thing he's most famous for in like the past 2 years is going there just hilarious.
Oh yeah.
If I'm incorrect, somebody let me know.
No,
but
you're right.
as far as I know, that's the only thing that's giving him like, I guess, some type of spotlight. I want to say,
yeah.
When you go after somebody that's more in the spotlight than you or has a bigger limelight on them than you.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I might have to go with Corey.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Corey too. I think.
Yeah.
He like from a little bit of stuff I've seen from him standard wise, he just be saying fucking just anything. Off the wall.
Anything he wants.
Yeah, for real, not giving a fuck.
You know what's crazy?
Which I appreciate.
It ain't like he's lying.
No, he don't. Yeah,
that's the thing though. It's not the fact that he be lying. It's just the fact that are we supposed to say that?
Yeah,
it be the like one time he said,
wait, are we gonna get in trouble for this shit?
Probably not.
Okay.
Depends.
No, he just repeating what somebody said.
Yeah, like he said,
this ain't Bobby's views.
You right?
Yeah, like
it might be. Bobby laughing at some wild shit that he really be thinking it.
Yeah, that should be funny though. Like he said some shit like his girl had an abortion. And he's like, now I gotta act like I care. He's like, oh, not the baby. And then he flushed. He said, woo. It was kind of true because you gotta act like you care.
But you're really glad, like, no, thank you, Jesus.
You gotta tread lightly with Bobby. I be trying to tell niggas.
No. I ain't gonna say no wild shit. Yeah, I respect everybody.
Honorable mention too. I think Patrice O'Neal was like really funny.
Patrice fucking Neal.
He used to say wild shit too
before his time.
For real.
Yo, Elephant in the Room.
It was one of the best.
One of the best fucking specials I saw by accident.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that shit like maybe 2 months after. No, matter of fact, I saw that shit like 2 months after he had passed and everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
And I just happened to catch it somewhere. I think it was on YouTube where I saw that shit. Matter of fact, or somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was just watching that shit like, yo. This that nigga from Chappelle Show?
Oh yeah, he
like I was like, yeah, I didn't know this nigga did comedy like that.
Yeah, nah, Patrice funny as fuck. Man.
Yeah. I think that's how I found out about Bill Burr too.
Oh yeah, Bill Burr fucking funny as fuck too.
Yeah, Bill Burr one of my top 5. I don't give a fuck nobody said.
He up there.
So yeah, so Bobby, you going with Corey?
Yeah,
he said some other shit that I was like, whoa. He said some shit like, these new laws makes it hard to discipline your woman. Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, see, that's
like, nah, you can't say that,
shit.
man.
See? Can't be Chris Breezer in people, man.
Yeah, man.
See, it's a line between what niggas think is funny and what niggas is just trying to be controversial. I don't know if he's trying to be funny or controversial.
No, he's trying to be funny.
He just knows the type of crowd that. I mean, you could put the inflection in your voice like, "Hey, I'm joking," but you could really be dead ass serious like, "Nah, I want to beat my bitch up." But like these new laws be like, "Oh, I gotta go to jail. I gotta do anger management, community service." All cause I told that bitch I like my eggs sunny side up.
I said
over easy.
Nah, I think a lot of comedians, they just say shit because they think it's funny to say. They don't necessarily always agree 100% with the thing. For them, it's more about finding a comedy and something that's uncomfortable.
That's one thing I do hate about comedians. When you try to hide around your comedy, you try to hide behind it when you say something like, "Oh, I'm just joking." Like, most of the funniest shit is
the wild,
the truthful shit.
But how many times are we gonna get these niggas leeway? Like, yo, that's really offensive. Like, yo, I'm a comedian.
Yeah, it is. But
nah, nigga,
when you say that, that's when you. I think that's when you.
I mean, I don't know, because it is a slippery slope, and I guess there's probably no right answer for that.
Okay, so question: does your occupation give you the right to say certain shit?
My job, no.
Well, I'm just saying, like, can you do or say certain shit just because you have a certain job title? Like, if you say something, like, if I say something fucked up to one of y'all, like, oh no, I'm a comedian. Does that give me leeway to say the fucked up shit just because because I'm a comedian, there's no ill intent behind it?
Yeah, kind of about it, just because of the nature of what being a comedian is. I think it does give you a little free range to stretch that First Amendment more than other jobs.
I think they overuse the fuck out of that, where it's like they could say some fucked up shit. Like, no, I'm a comedian. I do this. Like, nah, nigga, I was offended. How the fuck you can't explain your comedic shit to me if I'm offended? I didn't get the joke. I want to beat you up now.
Well, the problem with that is like something is offensive to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be, so one person could say something that's really mundane, but to someone else it's super offensive and they get fucking wild upset. Or to other people, you say some wild, crazy shit. I'm like, oh, that's funny. So I don't feel no type of way. Like anything could be offensive to anyone. So it's like, it's hard to like qualify that.
I mean, but yeah, use that shit on your crowd. Don't be using your random shit on me, saying wild, inappropriate shit, and I'm not a part of your fan base.
Well, I think it depends, like, which comedy shows you're going to. Because honestly, like, if I took everything that I've been through to heart, I wouldn't be this person right now. I'd just be a fucked up beat.
Oh, nigga, your stand up would be fucking hilarious.
The best.
Nigga, if you told like 4 stories on this show, I'm like, yo, I'm intrigued like a motherfucker. If he could spin this shit into a joke,
turn the Juggerthought into fucking some type of comedies.
Yeah,
I did at one point.
I think it was a Juggerthought origin story.
Yeah, that's just real.
Hilarious.
Yeah. It just happens, man. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of shit that happened to me that I turned into a joke. I don't really see nothing wrong with it. I gotta laugh at it. If I don't, I'd be like,
you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Type shit.
Much.
And I think that's what a lot of comedians do too with some stuff too. They like take something that's a little fucked up and then they try to find the funny in it, and it helps them kind of get through it.
About you.
Yeah.
Do it about yourself.
Don't
direct your shit toward. Yeah, don't be like, oh, like a white comedian can say, oh, these black people. No, slow your roll.
Well, no, they can.
But then if I'm offended as a black person, you can't tell me I can't be offended just because you're a comedian and you didn't mean it that way. I'm offended. Fuck your joke. I'm offended.
I guess, but it goes both ways because how many fucking black people go, oh, white people jokes? It's like you can't. It's
and
like,
what do white people do? They call for certain comedians to get banned. They call the club. They write some shit on social media. Oh, this black person is racist and da 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 da. Or he said this joke and I was highly offended as a mom, as a fucking as a feminist, as a black woman, as a gay woman. I was offended.
Yeah. Like, you gotta see. I think laughter is like the most universal thing ever. Like that's why I kind of like doing it. That's why I like doing the edits sometimes because it be people that I didn't think that I affected that will hit me up and be like, yo, you got me through my day. I was going through depression, some crazy shit. I was like, God damn, it means that much to you. Like,
I mean, sometimes
same thing with this podcast. Like, like what was that dude? I forgot his fucking name. Like when we was doing, I think it was the year wrap up.
Yeah,
and y'all mentioned somebody in the comments said something about the podcast, like
like we like part of his like top 3 or some shit like that, and we was like, yo, he hold us in regard of like Joe Budden podcast and Joe Rogan. I was like, sheesh.
I know, like,
I was like, nigga, I was like, I
thank you,
appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
We in G Studio. We ain't got
we just a bunch of idiots talking.
We ain't got no money. Joe Budden podcast. He doing this shit from like he on Spotify. Joe Rogan on YouTube. He make like however much he make an episode. He put his shit on YouTube and all the streaming outlets, and he make money. Us, how much we get from Patreon each month? Like $30.
That'd be $8.
About $3.50.
We get about $3.50. We get enough to buy like a pack of gum, like
some Newports,
maybe go to McDonald's. Put some cheese on it.
I'm McDonald's rich. McDonald's rich.
A nip,
couple nips,
couple shooters.
That's about it, man. But
but you gotta have some comedy. Like I got this joke about like how my mom used to be an alcoholic. Like my mom was so much of an alcoholic. I thought the smell of liquor was the smell of Chanel No. 5 or something. Like, that's how bad it was. But
that's your life. And that's funny.
That's how bad it was. But I gotta laugh at it. She's not like that no more. But
I'm talking about and okay. So you can use that as like all comedians use shit from their life. They use their family. They use life experiences. They use school, jobs, relationships, whatever the fuck. But it's when you're not of that and you start using that in your comedy. Like if me as a black man start talking about gay stuff, or I start talking about Middle Easterns or Asians or something like that, that's not me. And somebody hears that shit and they get offended. I can't tell them not to be offended.
Oh yeah,
you can't tell them not to be offended, but at the same time, I'm still doing these jokes.
I can't also tell them I was joking, and then that's just supposed to erase your feeling. Like, oh, he was joking. Never mind. I don't feel away anymore.
I feel like if you talk about like offensive shit like that towards a range of ignorance, That's where I think it kind of gets blurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta ask questions.
Yeah, you gotta know what the fuck you talking about before you just start making jokes about shit.
Yeah, like I feel like I can talk about gay people because of what I experienced and when I talked to him about it. Because I actually talked to him about.
I'm kind of intrigued on what Bobby's gay experience was.
I think we talked about this before.
The nigga that hit on him or some shit.
Yeah, like nigga hit on me, and it's like.
We talked about that?
It was on a domino effect though. It wasn't up here. I was like, yo, like, all right. This is the thing. This is the problem I got with gay people. Like,
oh shit,
you can't word it like that.
No, it is a problem though because like they make me feel like a piece of meat. Like, it'll be like you know
how women feel.
Yeah, these niggas will try to slide in my DM and then they'll be like, I'll be like, yo, like I'm not gay. He's like, all right, but we can still talk, right? Now when they say shit like that, right, it kind of makes me feel like a female.
He's like, not today.
Like, nah, I got a man. Oh, but you got friends though. Like now I feel like a female. I was like, yo, like you disrespect my sexuality. I just told you.
Now you know how a woman feel.
You cannot have my pussy.
Pussy.
Yeah, why would you say it's okay, but when I say it, it's fucked up? Come on, man. Damn.
And then I found out like, some gay people, they like straight men, but at the same time, it's kind of an oxymoron because if they fuck you, then they're gay. It be shit like that. And I know that because I had conversations, so you can't tell me that it doesn't happen. And I didn't say everybody, I said some. so it be shit like that.
Them niggas like a challenge. Like, are you straight?
You straight.
Not after I get done with you, nigga.
Yo, I take that as more of a compliment when like gay people compliment me. Like I take it as like, you know, that's just the older, because gay people like they have like extremely high standards.
Yeah, I'm so sexy gay niggas.
Nah, like I walked by a group of gay niggas and like two of them growled at me. I was like,
yo.
I was like, me? I was like, yo, I look mad fucking good today.
Thundercat?
These niggas growled at me.
This nigga with the Thundercat girl.
Looked at me. I was like, I'll beat y'all niggas up, but me?
Nah, two of them niggas ain't gonna jump you.
Nah, no, it was like 5 of them niggas. It was like a pack of gays.
They gonna hold you down, nigga.
Relax, yo. Now we're venturing into rape. See, it's just not funny. See, you're joking about my butthole. Now I'm offended. Gay rape, even though it's funny, when you direct it towards me, it ain't funny no more.
Oh man,
you right?
Because the only thing I can imagine is that American History X scene was like that big buff nigga in jail. Oh yeah, now it's real. Oh yeah, imagine that shit.
You right? I take it back. I apologize. Better learn to run, nigga.
Learn to run.
All right, so Corey Holcomb wins by unanimous decision.
Damn.
Drop some Skittles on the floor or something, nigga.
I don't know how the fuck we even got there. Nigga.
Dog, I never know how we get anywhere.
Yo, it just be happening, dog.
Right.
Like, you just gotta just go with the flow, dog.
Whatever. So, let's see, reviews. What we doing first? When They See Us? All right, so Netflix's When They See Us, directed by
Ava DuVernay.
Now, I didn't see this
You didn't watch it?
No, I told you either I wasn't gonna have time to watch it or I want to be already depressed when I'm watching it. Because
it's understandable.
Like the statuses I keep seeing and the comments I keep seeing are, I cried 3 times. I'm only on the first episode. Oh, I want to keep my son home, or like it's just a lot of depressing shit where I don't want to, be in that mindset. Because I put a status up on Facebook and I said that same shit. Like, yo, I'm going to watch this when I'm already depressed. Yeah. And somebody said like, yo, you going to want to go out and kill somebody. Or, yo, you going to be mad sad, or you going to be this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, I don't want to ruin my day watching some shit. And then it's also like a trigger for me because I was in that situation where I could have been in jail for some shit I didn't do. Yeah. I could have got 5 years in jail if I just confessed to a crime that I didn't do. And then that nigga made it seem like, yo, whether you say you did it or you did it.
You did it.
You did it. And we're going to put you in jail, but it makes it easier if you say you did it. And then something in my 22-year-old brain said, you know what? You didn't do it. So why would you confess to some shit you didn't do and possibly go to jail? So I got off with community service. But I could have had 5 years of my life snatched for some shit, for sleeping. I was asleep at the time. I didn't do shit. So, I mean, I could see where this whole thing is coming from. It's not as serious as, rape and stuff like that, but still, it's kind of like triggering. Like, I don't want to watch this shit. I don't want to really relive this shit.
Yeah.
But y'all two watched it, the whole series?
I did watch it. It's only 4 episodes.
Yeah, it's 4.
I thought it was 5.
No, it's
4. Unless it's
hour-long
like extra,
episodes?
They're a little bit. Some of them are a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I think the last one's probably a little longer than an hour, but they're about an hour.
Now,
just because it's a mini series type of thing. So.
Yeah. Now, are the comments justified after y'all two watched it?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
It is.
Does it make you scared as black men?
Yeah, man. Yes.
I was trying to block that, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, that's not the.
Yeah,
you got to kind of put yourself
like,
in that situation because, like, at any point in time, that could be you, or if you have a son, that could be him, or like a cousin, brother, your father, something.
Yeah, like it was the shit they was doing, and I was like, "Damn, is that legal?" Like,
hey, none of this shit legal.
Like
everything white people have done since they got here is illegal.
That shit was crazy. Like, cause they brought them in or whatever, and then they were interrogating them. But first,
they weren't supposed to. Already they fucked up.
They were slapping their heads on the table.
Yeah,
and
beating
shit
them
like
up and shit. But they already fucked up right there because they were all minors. You can't interrogate a minor without a guardian present.
Yeah,
already that's fucked up. But nobody gave a fuck about that. So starting off, they was fucking foul, and then they was beating the shit out of the kids, and they was skinning their fucking kids, and they're fucking scaring them, and they're like they bullying them into doing this.
Is this the cops beating them up, not knowing that they didn't do it?
They
or
knew them niggas didn't do it.
Oh,
well,
okay.
At the time they didn't know, but they was like the evidence was real flimsy.
Like I kind of got experience with this because basically how the kids was describing it because I was looking at their interviews when they were older. They were like, at that time, Central Park, that was like the place where all the kids went. Yeah. That's why they even went there. But at the same time, we go to the park, there'd be certain kids like going around beating up people.
Yeah.
I kind of have experience with that. They was like, how Central Park, how they got that street, the way that they said sometimes they used to like throw rocks at the car. They didn't really think nothing of it, but that's what kids used to do. And it kind of made me think, damn, like we used to do that shit.
Too.
Yeah, that's what I got arrested for one time too. Throwing fucking rocks at cars and shit. Like we was in the bushes, we was just throwing them shits. But then like maybe 2 years ago, no, maybe like a year ago, I saw some story on the news like these white kids was throwing rocks on like a freeway. White kid, they killed this black lady because one rock went up, hit her windshield. She got startled, swerved the car, crashed into something or drove off or something and died.
Yeah,
and I was like,
what the fuck's going on? Yeah,
but when you 13, 14, you don't think of that shit.
You
really cars, huh?
Yeah, but it's a far cry from throwing some rocks at people and then beating a chick and then raping her.
Yeah.
Like I remember one time my cousin, I used to go over his house every weekend, and I basically seen this motherfucker as my brother. Like I was like 14 at the time, and he was like 16, 17, and he had these 2 BB guns, right? So we was at anybody listening to this, like if you live in West Haven, you know Meadowbrook, like how it used to be, right? So we was over there, and like when you go up and go around the corner, it's convenience stores like Kohl's and shit, right? So we had these BB guns, and this is the thing my cousin used to do every time we was about to get into some shit. He'd be like, "Yo, come outside real quick." Like, "What we doing?" "Just come on." Like, every time he does that, I know we about to do some crazy shit.
Some nigga shit.
Yeah, so we had these BB guns. He was like, "All right, we gotta run up and down this strip and hit all the lights." Like, so we just just running down, right? So it was a time where like we were like shooting out car windows. Now when you a kid, you don't really think nothing like it's funny and shit like that. But
when that shit happened to you when you get older, like what the fuck did my car?
Yeah,
fucking insurance and glass breaking.
I feel bad.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. It's really disheartening because then, especially when you see them go to trial and then they're like trying the case and you see the defendant lawyers are poking some of these holes through shit, and it's like, how do you people not see this? And then obviously whoever, I forgot the lady's name, the lady that is getting in trouble
Linda
now.
something.
Well, yeah, the one that's kind of getting in trouble now, losing all her shit, what she deserves.
Fuck that bitch.
That ain't enough. That ain't enough.
No, it's not. But like you see how they show the evidence, and like you knew these kids didn't do it.
Linda Fairstein.
Like you knew these kids didn't do it, but you just wanted to put it on them so bad that you worked it so that it was put on these kids. Like that shit was fucking. That shit. I don't get super emotional like watching like movies and shit like that. Like I don't really cry at shit. But fucking when I got to that Corey episode, that shit fucked me up.
Yo, he
I cried. Like
worse.
I cried. I legit cried. Like, and I don't even fucking do that shit. I was like, yo, that shit hurt me soul.
Yeah.
Like that shit hurt, dog. I was like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, because he the only one that got charged as an
adult.
And the funny thing, he wasn't even a part of it. He got there and just like, yeah, go home.
He went down there with his friends so he could feel comfortable and wind up getting charged.
And doing the most time.
Nigga was 16.
And he wasn't even on the list.
He wasn't.
That's
the
crazy,
shit
man.
that fucking like that shit hurt me. Like, so I'm like, that shit, like, I like when they got to the scene where they were telling that his sister died and shit, and then fucking he started going crazy. That shit hurt. I was like, damn,
because
his
his sister was a transsexual, right?
Yeah. But I mean, that didn't matter. But that was just,
I know, but it was.
What, she got murdered?
Yeah, she's murdered.
She got
for
murdered.
being trans.
Probably,
most likely.
Yo,
that's
because
a
at the
problem
time-
nowadays too, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
the mother didn't accept her. Like, it was a whole lot of
y'all
shit.
homophobic motherfuckers got chill, yo.
Yeah,
just
it ain't
let
that
people be
serious.
gay. Like, just stop. Just stop.
Yeah,
If they ain't trying to fuck you, stop.
Yeah, and if you end up fucking them by accident, just take the L. Like,
because I was in it because I must have happened in like
basically.
in like the 90s or some
you
shit.
fucked up, all right?
I mean, you
come
fucked
on,
up.
man. Like, come on.
But
yeah, that
crazy.
shit hurt me, dog. That shit was.
But yeah, like this dude, like the guards was fucking with him,
Fucking
like
was
had motherfuckers beating him up, shanking him and shit, like. Because I already heard of this before, you know, when you have that rape tag on you, when you go to jail, like
inmates try to fuck with you, kill you, do the worst they can to you.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man.
Yeah.
See, now the fact that Hess cried, I really don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah, but I don't even know if that was a show or just me channeling life. I just use it as an excuse.
But, yo, every comment status I've seen, maybe it was because it was from women. I don't know. But it was like, yo, I'm emotional. I'm scared for my son. I cried every episode. I cried during this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, I don't want to be watching this shit and be like, damn, that could have been one of my friends. That could have been me. That could have been, you know, if I have a son, that could be him. That could be me now. That could be me as an adult. Like, I don't want to watch that shit and just feel anger towards white people or like towards the justice system or towards like just any. I don't want to misdirect anger somewhere. Like, I don't want to walk out the house and be like, vigilante time.
Now I think Bobby was right. We might need to get some Batman.
I mean,
that shit is wild. They shouldn't be able to get away. And the thing that I guess that is disconcerting the most is we just happen to know about this one particular case. It just happens.
Oh hell yeah!
This happens every
get overturned.
day.
Like, how many people are in jail right now for some shit they didn't do and got railroaded the same way they got railroaded? Black, white, or whatever. Anyone, just people in general. That shouldn't happen to people. Like, that shit is crazy.
You know one thing I don't like about like the justice system? I don't like how you can just exclude evidence.
Yeah.
It works against you. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Because there was a point where they weren't gonna use the tapes, but it was just something they had in their back pocket. They were trying to hide the sock with the DNA in it. They was like, oh, they ain't none of their DNA is on it. All right, let's hide this. Like, come on, how can you? That's not fair.
None of them.
That's not fair, man. That's just crazy.
None of them have blood on them from her. She was bleeding.
I was listening to Brilliant Idiots too, and Migo Grimes, she said a stat where it was like 88% of people that are in jail that got their cases overturned by DNA evidence or some shit like that. Like, I know I'm probably misquoting the fuck out of it, but it was like, yo, when these people were put in jail and the DNA wasn't available, like the machines or whatever, they weren't available to test like the DNA
at the time.
88% of them cases, like, them niggas will get out of jail.
Yeah, because the DNA evidence isn't there.
And they're all people of color.
Yeah.
So it's like, how many times have we seen this same story now? The Central Park 5, I knew about this for a while. It's just like now, you know, I don't think we were alive when this shit happened. It happened like 86, 85, something.
Yeah, no,
like
he was alive. No,
89.
89?
He was alive.
Yeah. So,
Oh, shit.
well, we wasn't. We was paying.
I mean, he was young.
Yeah, we was-
I was like
we know
4 or
nothing
some
about
shit.
that.
I didn't know nothing about it. I was like, yeah.
But I knew about this shit for a while. I've heard some interviews with them on other podcasts and stuff like that. But just to see this shit depicted on screen, I don't personally think I'm ready for it.
Yeah, the one thing I like about the documentary is they didn't really spend a lot of outside of Corey, but because for
Corey shit
reasons
was important.
Yeah, for reasons they didn't really spend time with the kids being in prison. It was them just whatever the incident that happened and then how they got railroaded.
Yeah,
and then sort of they showed them while they were in prison as kids, and then sort of transitioned to them trying to regain their life outside of prison. I like the fact that they chose to focus on the characters, like the people, and just show like it's fucking hard for them. Like they fucking, especially in New York, everybody knows who the fuck they are, knows what the fuck they are. So then people believe that they did that shit, so they couldn't get jobs or fucking people were harassing them and shit. Like it's fucking just horrible. They had to register as sex offenders, and he was talking about like just like one of the dude CEO was like breaking down and shit. He like can't work with other felons. If you do, you're going right back in. It's like, and then he was like, yo, for your whole life, you're fucked. And it's for some shit you didn't fucking do.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. Like, your whole life is fucked. Like, if I get a job and they schedule me to work with somebody who's also a convicted felon, either I got to quit that job or I can't come in on that shift because then if my PO decides when to come in that day and see me work with another convicted felon, they're going to fucking put me back in jail for the rest of my fucking life? And I didn't even do the shit?
I may be dumb, right? But I never knew what that, like, why you couldn't work with another convicted felon. Like, were y'all gonna conspire to do some other, like, felon shit? Like,
I guess that's the idea.
Why?
That's the,
like, you're a felon too?
Yeah.
I guess that's the idea.
That's
or
the
maybe
idea of it.
We could be a tag team felon group.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. I don't really get that either because it's like, okay, what if I go to the movie theaters? It's probably gonna be somebody who's a convicted felon, and like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I gotta ask everybody if they're a felon or not.
Dog.
Like, it's weird. It's weird, but I guess there's got to be some type of reason. I just don't know the law.
That shit happened to me maybe like a year ago, where I beat this dude up and I got a fucking a court order to stay away from, so I couldn't be within 100 feet of him. But how I beat him up is that we took the same train home and I caught him, fucked
this
him
nigga had a
up.
whole Streets of Rage battle.
So we got off the train, I seen him, caught him, and then like a few days later, I get this summons to go to court, so I can't be within 100 feet of this nigga. So we usually go home at the same time. So I'm getting on the train and I got to get off the train because he's on the train.
Damn.
So I got to wait for a whole new train so I can go home.
You can't just go on another train car. Like it's only like
because 100 feet is 100 feet. So it's like I can be 100 feet, but I can't. I'm not gonna measure how long the train cars are. I'll be like, all right, you're in the last car, I'm in this car, and if he's in the middle and then I go to the last car and it's exactly like 98 feet, I'm fucked. So that shit is up in July. When I catch him again, it's on.
See, look, don't say it on the podcast where it's premeditated.
I'm not. Once I get my anger out towards a person, I feel better. So I don't really got no beef with him no more. He ain't do shit to me back. I don't expect him to. If he do, I'm with all the smoke, nigga. What up? You see, nigga, you know what time I get off work. Like, what up?
Yeah, you know what train you ride too, nigga.
Exactly. So I'm like, do something you ain't done shit all year, so I'm good. But
that's funny.
when they see us,
This nigga had he became a whole Streets of Rage character.
This nigga tilt his hat backwards, put on his skates and shit.
What's that punch called?
I don't know, but we call it the fucking brapapa. And the mere fact that
That's the name of the episode.
Bare knuckles. Oh, that's what it is.
How the fuck you gonna spell that?
Bira.
Yo, and the mere fact that I had on all my work clothes and shit, I could have really got arrested and like been fucked up.
Yeah.
But I saw and I blacked out. I was like,
oh well,
you will die. I tried to kill him as best I could. As best I could, I tried, but he ran.
This nigga stupid.
But when they see us, right?
Yeah.
1 out of 10 as far as the documentary or like the series is concerned.
I give it like a 9. It's really good, and I think it's well acted. The kids did a really good job, and the adults did a good job too. I think the kids really killed it though. The kids, was like,
the best part about this whole thing is that you actually have the story of all 5 of them, so they can tell their own accounts of what happened. It's not like us, like one of them passed away, so you get a secondhand account, which I
thought it was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna like die.
Yeah, something like that. But they all like in their like 40s or something like that.
No,
So so we got the stories from everybody. So that's the silver lining in this that we get the actual truth, and now they're calling for this woman Linda Fairstein, I guess, to be
removed from
everything. Like I think she's resigned from her job. Her books have been taken off shelves. She, I think Black Twitter chased her off of social media. So that's Instagram, Twitter, all that shit.
Go sit in a fucking rock and die.
Yo, she gotta be brought up on charges. Like that shit's crazy.
Yeah. And that's my thing too. Like women, or not even women, but people who do things like that, but in most cases when it's like women with rape, when they like falsify a rape, where it's like he raped me, and then the guy gets in trouble and then his life is fucked, and then she comes out and say, oh no, I consented to it, I just didn't want my boyfriend to find out, or like my dad to find out.
Yeah.
And it was like, now this man's life is fucked and he sat in jail for 2 years, and what happens to you? You just get to tell the story and go about your life. No, you should sit in that jail for them 2 years that you put him through, and you should be brought up on charges, but we can't just.
But the thing about the female though,
convict people on words.
The thing about the female though, she don't even remember what happened, so she wasn't really convicting them of anything. Like she had amnesia after the shit. She know who did.
Why
it.
does she not know what happened?
She got hit in the back of the head with
bad. Yeah, she almost died.
a pipe, nigga. He beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, nah, he beat the shit out of her.
She
and
lost
then
like how much blood?
mad
3/4?
blood. Yeah, like
3/4?
damn near all that she was bleeding out.
Out the head?
Yeah, they thought she was gonna die.
Yeah, because he bashed the back of her head in and then dragged her off the path and then was punching her in the face, beating the shit out of her,
rock, I think,
and then hit her with a
like
rock too. Like she was leaking.
Yeah,
and then she was laid out there. So for however long, so she was like,
and then I forgot the man's name who actually did it, but I guess
Reyes, something
like that. That's a sick nigga.
Oh, facts.
He looks sick.
Factor is
he looks sick.
Facts. Caliber.
I be not wanting to fuck bitches when they like drunk. you just gonna like brutally beat somebody and say, you know what? I think I'm gonna go for it. Like that's
he's a serial rapist.
Yeah,
because they were so convinced trying to convict these 5 niggas. He was out here raping and killing. And he and killing some other chick.
He raped and killed like 2 or 3 more women.
A pregnant woman.
Yeah,
a pregnant woman. Yeah, he
while
killed.
her kids was in the room and they heard everything. Like that's just crazy.
And the crazy thing about it is that
popped her ass with a butter knife.
Like after he raped the jogger, he put on her headphones and just walked off with a muddy ass bloody shirt on.
Everything.
And
nobody's seen it.
Yeah.
Yo, New Yorkers, top 3 at minding their business. Ain't no way in hell I'd have seen that shit in Central Park and been like,
there's no.
Bobby, you don't see this nigga.
There was nobody around when it happened. That's the thing.
Was it nighttime?
Yeah, it was nighttime. There's nobody around.
But,
mad dark.
Like 9, 10 o'clock, something like that.
It was like 8 or 9, yeah.
Do people still jog in Central Park?
Yeah.
Probably.
At night?
But they probably have better lighting now since that shit happened.
How about you just stop jogging in Central Park?
I mean,
I'm just talking about
it was
not to make it seem like the victim.
Yeah, we don't.
I'm not victim blaming, but
they heard about the East Side racists though. Maybe that's.
But me living in Connecticut, and I hear about Central Park and all these rapes and murders that go on in Central Park when it comes to joggers or just women or just somebody in Central Park late at night. Why don't we just stop going there at night? Once it hits dusk, let's just not go.
It's not fair. She gotta be afraid to just leave her house.
Yes.
No.
You don't go in certain hoods past a certain time. You don't.
Hoods, nigga.
I mean, hey, that can work too.
Yeah, just stay away from the hood pervert.
But they did say, at that time, New York was kind of like segregated, like around where the park is at. It was like where the rich people be at. Because she was like a bank teller or something like that.
She was like a bank, like executive banker or something.
Yeah, so everything was basically separated.
She was
so
in the white people.
She was good.
This nigga's like,
that happened. They was drilling Donald Trump too. Like,
I can see that type of comfortability or like that.
I don't want to blame the victim. I'm just
Is she alive still?
I believe so. She did die. She didn't die from the attack, but she was super close.
I think Ava tried to get her testimony, or like tried to get a word from her for the documentary, but she declined.
I can't blame her. She don't really remember. She don't really remember the attack, so she doesn't necessarily have more to add to it. And I guess maybe she doesn't have to relive probably the most painful experience in her life. Recovering from that shit.
She's reliving it now,
sort of.
That this thing has come out where it's just I don't know, it's just bad all around. But Bobby, what you scored documentary or the series?
Yeah, it was like a 9. It was like a 9.
It was really good.
Fuck, I don't want to watch this shit.
Nah, you should. You should. And if
I liked it and hated it.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, I liked it because I think it's important to see, but I hated it because it's fucking real life.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about that's a real life horror story for black people.
Facts.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like Jordan Peele couldn't think of some shit that's good.
Yeah, this is.
I think one of the dudes, they was like when they watched the movie, it's like eerie how accurate it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
one of the 5.
Yeah, he says it's eerie how accurate that shit is.
I mean, now that your story's out there, now you can, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I'm sure some stuff was embellished because it is a TV, like a movie. So, they probably embellished some of aspects of it. Possibly. I don't know because I don't know all the intricate details of the case, but that shit was.
I mean, what I try to do is I try to find like the positive in a lot of shit. So I'm guessing that the positive in this is like someone, not literally, but figuratively, somebody dies so someone else can live. So it's like now we see this as a depiction on screen. Everyone knows about this now. So maybe this won't happen as much as it's been happening now.
I don't know. I hope not. But
I hope not. So
if we have any white listeners, you should definitely watch it to see what we go through. And if you have any listeners who don't believe that this stuff happens to us, and this is the stuff we talk about, why we as in the black people, why we talk about this stuff, because this It's the shit that happens.
The shit that happens and keeps happening. This is way before the social media era.
Yeah.
So the mere fact that you see all these killings now with cops and black men and unarmed black men.
Yeah, we're not making it up.
And then, you know, them being executed, but now you get to see where it's not even like a public execution. It's a public hanging, basically. Yeah. So now you get to see the justice system work in its most fucked up in arbitrary way.
Yeah, the media was way more fucked up back then than it is now.
That whole Donald Trump shit was fucked up.
Oh yeah, at least now like you have some sort of, you know, individual control over it. So they were saying that, you know, people you don't really get an inside view of it. So they was like every time they tried to draw in a sketch on like a picture or something like that, you know, when they draw a court sketch, they were drawing them like little monsters. So everybody's depiction was like, oh, they did it. So, you know.
That's fucked up, but
they villainize
it's crazy.
They turn them and that's like what they do. That's what they do to us. They villainize us. They make us with a big black scary bad man, and like we're here to hurt you, and we're gonna hurt white women. And she's white too. That's the other thing.
Yeah, that's another thing.
It was a white woman
in the 80s. White woman in the 80s. 5 black teens. New York already up to no good. You don't belong in this neighborhood. Just that and the third. I don't know. It's all fucked up, but. Both these niggas called it 9, and I gotta fucking watch it.
You should. You'll be upset, but I think you'll also be glad that you took the time out to actually watch it.
I'm gonna I think I'm gonna do that shit on Monday. So next episode I have an update for y'all, but I can only. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get drunk and watch this. Matter of fact, I'm not. I like from what I'm hearing, I can't do this sober. Like
you could, but it might help to be a little drunk.
I don't know because
it never hurts to be a little drunk.
I mean, because it's just the fact that I got kids and I'll be looking at this shit different now because at first we thought this only happened to like black men, teenage black men. Now you got the Sandra Bland thing, and you seeing more black women being executed or being harmed by the cops. It's like, damn, I got to worry for my daughter now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just, I don't know, man. But on to some lighter shit. So
is it lighter?
Sort of.
I mean, if we going from nonfiction to fiction. So Dark Phoenix review. Now, I didn't watch this shit.
No?
It's not because I didn't have time. On purpose, I did not watch this shit.
Why the fuck you made me watch it?
Because I'm sorry, for one. But for the other, every review I saw was bad when it comes to actual critics and people that do this for a living. And everybody I saw that said it was good can't fight. I don't know what that has to do with one or the other. Has nothing to do, but I just don't trust their opinion. So I didn't watch this shit on purpose. So tell me how bad it was.
It was
okay. Before that,
mediocre shit.
All right, let me.
Spoiler alert.
Oh,
yeah, spoiler. Let me be fair. Like, if you're working at this shit, as a casual fan, not knowing nothing about X-Men, you might like it. It might be a 7, but for us knowing the story and shit like that, it was just another X-Men movie to me.
Nah, it was just, I don't know.
It was just like,
all over the place. It was just it's a super just mediocre ass movie. It's like, this is like the definition of like an airplane movie. This is definitely fucking a Netflix and chill kind of shit because you don't really give a fuck about what's on the screen type of movie. Like this is.
I
like,
need me another one of them.
Yeah, you can just throw it in. Oh yeah, let's watch this shit in fucking 5 minutes and you don't give a fuck what's gonna happen. Like it's one of them shits.
It was just very dramatic. It was shot like a drama.
Yeah, and then
like Sansa was crying the whole fucking time.
Yeah, and it was just like, I don't know, it's dumb, and I don't know, she's not the greatest actress, and Jennifer Lawrence was in the movie for no fucking reason.
Yeah, she got that blue face,
that fucking pale blue.
Yeah,
and then she, spoilers, she murked her.
Yeah,
and then here's the thing, and there's loopholes in their own shit.
Yeah, it is
because it's like if the Phoenix, if she
Mystique died,
she died.
Okay,
Jean killed her with the Phoenix Force.
Okay.
Phoenix. So if she just got the Phoenix Force in this movie, what the fuck did she do to Apocalypse in the last movie? What the fuck was that?
Because I definitely see some fire. When she did.
So what the fuck? So did she have it, but didn't have it, but then she got it again? Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, I'm confused because this is another thing that kind of fucked me up. Like they said, like there's definitely a cosmic force, right? It was in space. They were doing space missions. That's what I like.
Yeah,
they were
cool.
actually doing team shit. and then Nightcrawler was teleporting and Quicksilver was running fast and shit like that. But it got to the point where she sucked up the entity or whatever, and then like there's this alien race in it, right? Called the Bari race. Come to find out, the Phoenix Force destroyed their planet. Yeah. And they took over this chick. I forgot her fucking name, but she's weird looking. But but she said like, you know, you're the only thing that thing came in contact with and didn't destroy. But during the movie, like she could transfer it over to her and nothing happens there. It's just stupid. I was like, wait, hold up. You just said that she was the only person that could take this shit in, but you're taking it and you're not exploding it.
You know, I didn't think about
and
that,
it's just dumb. Like, I was like,
well, maybe because after she filtered it out. I don't know. maybe her body filtered it out.
Here comes the logic.
Yeah, so she could like so now that it's tame, she's like, oh, okay, now I can take the force. Yeah, the movie was just not great. Charles was just being a dick the whole time. He's fucking all up in big ass ego because I guess after the shit that happened in Apocalypse, X-Men are like a known thing and they work for the government and they talk like he has a direct line to the president, so he's kind of being an asshole and had inflated ego. It was just dumb. It was just like Mystique. Why was she in the movie? You know, and you see how they fucking they overpowered Quicksilver, which I've been had an issue with since they first introduced that character. So they had to sideline him quick as shit. She fucking flooped and then he got super fucked up for no reason, and then so he just wasn't in the rest of the movie.
Did he tell Magneto that he was a son?
No, they didn't do anything. That.
No, they didn't do that.
They never talked about rape. They never talked about whether or not fucking Mystique was fucking Nightcrawler's mom or nothing like that. They didn't do any of that shit. And she died. Like they did.
Like,
fucking, and again, in my other issue, and they were like the Jean and Scott shit. Like I'm supposed to care about their relationship. I don't give a fuck about their relationship. And this shit was bad dry. They have no chemistry.
Are they still painting Scott like a bitch?
No, he had one cool part with Magneto. See, Magneto found out that she killed
Raven.
Yeah,
and she was like,
"I'm gonna murk this bitch." He was like, "No one wants to hear that, Charles. It's always a speech." And then Cyclops was like, "Touch her, I'll fucking kill you." Yeah, that was a good part.
I was like, "All right, Cyclops,
Cyclops, badass."
Like, you touch my baby, I'll fucking optic blast your face off, nigga.
I hate how they always paint Cyclops as a bitch in every movie. Like he's just like soft and like, but the leader.
It's so and so.
Like, but in the comics.
Yeah,
Cyclops is that nigga. Like,
yeah, he be doing shit,
but he do be on his Boy Scout.
He do be on the he do be. He's very rigid. I think that's probably because he's very like he follows the rules or he follows the rules that he believes are the right rules for the most part. I don't know. Movies,
they had this train scene that I liked.
That was probably like the best. The train sequence.
They had to reshoot that.
Yeah, that was probably the best part of the movie. Because they had everybody going full on action and everybody was doing shit. I was like, all right, this is pretty cool.
Yeah,
like,
Nightcrawler was doing this thing, but he didn't have a sword. He had a little dagger. But he was
thing.
Like, I forgot what happened.
They killed.
He got killed.
They killed that guard. Who was
the guard that he said,
kid
my
was
son
like,
looked up.
Was like fan of yours. And shit, so he got mad.
Then he got mad and started teleporting. But he had a dagger. I was like, damn, if you'd only had a sword.
It's like he was shanking niggas like my finger. He's like poof, poof, poof.
I don't like the character they picked for Storm. I don't like her accent.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, it wasn't doing it. And then fucking Storm made ice cubes. I was like, why did
hail or ice cubes?
No, ice cubes.
Ice cubes.
There's outside in the woods drinking. Yeah. He was like, cube me, dog. And she was like, beep, beep, beep. And it was like, I was like, oh, all right, this is.
And I hate how.
This is what we doing, dog.
I hate how.
Don't give me the power of ice and tell me cube.
Right. I just hate how, not since I think like either the first X-Men, they always use these unknown mutants that Magneto's around.
Yeah, I know. Well, because they're gonna die. I know. Because they're just there to die.
Where's the Blob? Where's fucking like?
Where's Brotherhood?
Pyro?
We know and kind of give a fuck about. Yeah,
but they did have a semi-Genosha.
Yeah, they had the beginnings. Yeah, the beginnings of a Genosha.
But
it just wasn't a great film to me as a whole.
So Bobby said, as a casual fan, you might give it a 7. So you two blurred motherfuckers, what do y'all give it?
I'm getting like a 5.5.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 5. It's like
maybe a 6 if I want to be generous. It just wasn't. I don't know. It was stiff. Like it was just. I don't know. It's all dumb. It was just dumb. It's like she was stiff. Yeah. Like, I didn't really feel like she was like no emotion. Like she was emoting, but like I didn't feel it. Like I didn't feel like she was like doing. She wasn't like killing it to me. I was just like,
it was certain parts that I liked. Like when she started Thanos snapping motherfuckers. Like when the Dabari aliens was coming out of this, she was like, And then they just burst into flames. She's like,
She was dusting them. She was like,
turn them into dust and shit.
I was like, well, that's cool. Yeah, like I'm saying, like that whole end sequence was pretty cool action wise. Everything leading up to it was like dumb. It's like Beast and Mystique was in love and. Then he's like, we should leave. He's like, nah, we can't leave. And then the next thing you know, Mystique is dead.
That's fucking stupid. You put the two blue motherfuckers in love?
Yeah, because they black blue.
Black blue.
You gotta put the two black people together.
They had a scene that nerds gonna not like because Raven was like, you know, the women saved this team so much, you should be calling them ex-women. I was like, oh shit, man, you're gonna get hate for that.
But she got a point though.
Yeah, but it was funny.
Women do save a fucking team, but still.
At the same time, it was like what I said in the comic books, like motherfuckers was saving Jean, they didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
But so I get it, but
nah, Jean's strong as shit.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about in the comics, the original comic, they really didn't know what the fuck to do with this chick. So they just like, everybody just saves her.
Yeah.
Until they actually put her as one of the most powerful motherfuckers.
Powerful mutants in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sort of glad that the movie wasn't good. As horrible as it is to sign, because it would suck to be like, oh, this was an amazing movie, and then we're not getting it anymore. Like, so I'm kind of glad it's like, yeah.
So Fox's reign has come to an end.
Yeah.
Hallelujah, holla black. Now it's time for some real nigga shit.
All right.
I could take a break from this though. I'm done with X-Men after this.
I'm not. I want him to fucking jump right in. I want him to be filming that shit right now. I don't give a fuck. But I know you gotta give people their break, so let them have their little break.
Yeah.
Cool off,
little bastards.
All right, cool. All right, so on the topics, so new Dragon Ball Super film is in the works.
Yeah, we knew that was happening after fucking Broly made all that goddamn money. And shit. Yeah.
Now, so soon. Not are we surprised, but is it too soon?
No, because when did Battle of Gods came out, and I think then Broly came out like 2 years later. I mean, it didn't give a release date, but I'm pretty sure it's not coming out like next week. It's probably they just announced and they're gonna work on it. It's probably gonna take like another 2 years. You never know
what the Asians got in the vault. They're like, hey, yo, restructure this, reframe it, remaster it, throw that out there to them niggas.
No, I think they're probably gonna wait because I'm pretty sure even though they haven't announced it, I'm pretty sure Super is gonna come back.
Are the movies are canon though, right?
Yes, right now. The last 3 or last 2, whatever.
Yeah. So this is the thing what they said, right? They said that Broly was so strong, they gotta go another direction. Which I kind of agree, but I don't know what the fuck you gonna go with it. Niggas is too fucking strong, man.
Yeah, that's the problem with the way they did stuff, the way they power leveled and talk about power levels, and they sort of wrote themselves into a corner because it's like, how do you top the strongest thing in the world, and then you meet the next strongest person in the world, and you meet the next strongest person, like after a certain point, it's like, yeah, come on, man. It's like, it don't make sense.
There's a million possibilities. They can, Broly. Okay, so Broly's off somewhere. You can bring Cooler into it. You could bring fucking the androids into it. You could bring Dr. Gero into it for a little while. You can fucking.
They're probably gonna do some universe shit. Though.
Yeah,
They're probably like,
you gotta do that at this point. Like you gotta because. I'm tired of seeing Vegeta and Goku being like the main heads. Like, okay, it's them again.
Who else are they gonna do?
That's what I'm talking about.
They wrote everybody into uselessness. They made everybody useless. I hate that's the shit I hate the most.
Gohan steps up and then
he sidelined his ass again.
Yeah, he pussy made for
Family
life.
Man.
This nigga Broly was in the streets going, rah! He was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna go visit to see what's happening. I'm gonna just let them niggas take care of it. Nobody showed up except for Piccolo, and that wasn't even his choice.
Yeah,
he was just chilling mind his own business. Like, oh, there's a big ass power level up there.
I'm straight over here.
I'm gonna just steal here, and hopefully these niggas take care of it. Like that shit pisses me off. Like you just wasting characters who are all useful at some point, and then you just like, oh, if you're not an alien, fuck you, and then you're like, oh, if you're not a Saiyan, super fuck you, and it's like, and we're gone. And if like you're not one of those things, you can't do shit. And it was like,
I can't wait until they throw a wrench in this whole shit and like make another race that's like more powerful than Saiyans or some shit.
That'd be interesting, but then even still, and then Saiyan. I love Dragon Ball Z,
and I hope they black.
No, well, that's never.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, no black people gonna be prosperous. They don't have black people prospering nothing.
What you saying though?
Oh no, I'm saying I love Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball
it's time.
It's just a movie. It's just a movie. That's why I named like the Cell Saga the best saga because everybody had their fucking shine in that shit.
Yeah.
Now it's just like
everybody's
Goku and Vegeta. Here we go again.
Yeah, man, that's like that sucks. Like, how you just gonna waste these characters like that, nigga?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I think it's coming to a point where Dragon Ball ain't for us anymore. Where it's like this is like an introduction to like the younger anime crowds. Like, oh shit, what is this? That could be what's going on because we've been watching this since the 90s.
Yeah, I know.
And it's been the same shit where it's like Goku's never really lost. He's lost for a couple episodes, but in the end, always wins, turns another tier of Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
And now it's like, what?
Yeah. How many more Super Saiyans can you go?
How many more fucking Super Saiyans
past
can we
God?
get?
How? I'm just saying, how much stronger can you get past God, nigga? Like you got God.
That's it.
Like, how you, like, that's what I'm saying. They kind of ruined it, and then they used to talk about how Saiyans was the most powerful fighting race and everything, but these niggas is so much stronger than anything that the niggas was. Like, why was they such a big deal back in the day? There's like
back in the day,
Saiyans are so strong. Like, are they really? Because we just met 1.5 million people way stronger than like the whole goddamn planet.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
That's why the whole other universe shit. That's why I'm like, okay, all right, I can see that working if they do it right. Because I always said that, Dragon Ball Z should just do some fucking like Marvel shit and just throw universes in it.
Well, that'd be dope.
They did it. They got the multi-universe now.
Yeah, multiverses and shit. Just do that.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
But Dragon Ball Super film, probably 2023, some shit.
Yeah, some shit like that, probably. I'm with it though. I'm talking all this shit. I'm still gonna watch the goddamn thing.
Yeah,
fucking opening night, probably.
Right. Talking all that shit. Be there, like, yo, has you gone?
Yeah,
sitting there powering up on the screen.
Yeah.
Bobby and his boy in the front row.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that nigga.
That shit freaked
Bobby, you want to go in the woods?
Yo.
It was just weird because he was like, he just hit me with the dramatic. Can you see it? I was like, no.
Damn.
I was
gonna say some wild shit, but I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, don't.
Don't do that.
Yo, my nigga, lose my number, yo.
Yeah, for real.
So, the Russo brothers have taken a break from Marvel, but they haven't taken a break from directing. So we have a new Magic the Gathering movie to be a Netflix animated series.
Is this like Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be like Yu-Gi-Oh or is it gonna be like Magic? Because I've never played Magic the Gathering, the card game, so I don't know. Is there like a?
I heard that shit was lit though.
I played that shit for all of 2 days.
Is there like an actual
Yo, I've never felt more like a geek in my life than
playing
Magic the fucking Gathering.
Yeah. Is there like an actual like world in that, like the characters of the cards and all that shit? Is there like a world maybe? Because maybe it's like based on what the card world is, and I mean something like that.
No,
it's like the creatures are real and it's going on, and Rathor the barbarian is doing whatever the fuck. I mean,
I just know it's similar to the Pokemon card game where it's like you put the card down, status something happens, you turn it to the left or the right, and then it's dog. The card games I've never been able to get into. It's like that's like I'm a geek, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
Like I can never like.
Yo, when I was in high school, I see these niggas playing. I was like, what the fuck is this thing?
like you can see why people get bullied type of thing when you see people playing Magic the Gathering. Like you just want to take all their cards, and just knock them shits off the table. Like
let them niggas live, yo.
You right, but I can see how that would anger somebody. What the fuck is this?
Ain't no wrong with playing Magic the Gathering, nigga.
Like imagine you skipping your period to go to lunch, and then you walk in there like, oh, them nerds getting down. Them niggas playing spades. They mad hype.
Nah,
you
nigga.
Get over there, activate my trap card.
Yo, don't be hating, nigga. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, nigga. That was my shit.
I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. It's all the same geek shit, but you know.
Nigga play Dungeons and Dragons with the fucking die.
Oh, that's lit.
I throw that die across the motherfucking room, nigga.
What? Let them niggas live. Fucking, you want to be a dark elf named Bob, nigga? Come on.
Ooh, that's 2 hit points.
Exactly.
Dark elf named Bob.
Oh, man.
My charisma rolled a 3.
I don't know, man. I see that shit. I was like, I like pussy too much.
I'm like, yeah, that's not really I don't know if this is bringing the bitches in.
I mean, there was certain females that was.
I mean,
a certain type.
Yeah,
attract a certain type.
They was all, God, I hate my life, I hate my dad. Never want to go home. I'm gonna run away.
I gotta play that
type of
like
bitch.
I don't know. You gotta spin that some type of way. Like I do that shit at BoardCon with some chick and just play Magic Gathering, just making it into a sex game or some shit.
Yeah,
I'll do some shit like that and make it hot.
Stupid, make it into a sex game.
I activate my edible penis card.
Yeah. Oh, insert tip. All right.
kind of game is this? I like this game.
Yo, we should make that too. Try to figure it out. Sell that shit.
Bootleg Uno. Juno.
Juno. You want to play some Juno, baby?
Juno what this is, baby.
Juno what time it is.
So let's see, Uncharted adaptation with Tom Holland as younger Drake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's coming out. Did they start filming that shit?
I don't know.
They're about to start.
I'm with it.
They got a release date.
So are they?
Wait, he started filming already?
They got a release date.
Yeah, they put a release date. I think it was like next year.
Development.
Yeah, it's like some next year shit.
So what's the promo run for Spider-Man gonna be like?
I mean, it's almost done. The movie come out next month.
I haven't seen a promo run. I've seen
them interviewing and shit.
Yeah, like red carpets and previews and the run.
Yeah, I mean it's only probably gonna be like another couple of weeks, like another 2 more months. It only take like 3 months to film some shit, and then they just gotta edit it and then put it out.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's June, so if they start filming in like September, they'll be done by like I don't know, whatever 3 months after September is. I can't think. What's September to September?
I think he's just been casted as him. It's the same thing with Batman. Like Robert Pattinson just got the hits up. Like, all right, you the guy.
Yeah.
And they filming it when like 6 months from now,
or whenever. Yeah, whenever they get to it. Yeah, they just like they're basically like setting the schedule.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this movie's coming out then, so then we gotta start.
This is
filming
happening.
Yeah.
All right.
So they probably just working on their pre-production shit, like scouting locations and probably getting the script finalized really good.
Is this one of the Sony units things?
I have no idea.
A lot of Sony games is about to be movies. Like,
well, they've been talking
nowhere.
about the Uncharted thing forever.
Yeah, they have.
So they've been trying to work, and I think it switched hands a few times. Like they've been trying to get it done. I think maybe it might actually finally get done.
Yeah.
And I guess is it gonna be like a complete younger Drake thing, or is he just gonna play young Drake in certain scenes?
I don't know. I didn't actually like look into it that deep. It just said as young Drake.
Yeah, because I think in Uncharted 4, there was a lot of scenes with him as a kid. And so if they do that or aspects of that, that would be interesting. I think.
Yeah, and you gonna have Sully in it.
Yeah,
he was still in. They had that in what was it? I think it was 2. No, it was 3. It was 3. The one I didn't like.
You didn't like 3?
Yeah, it was 3. When he first met Sully and that chick that came back from this secret society, the chick with the blonde hair that got melted in the sand.
I like that shit.
I didn't like that one.
I like them all actually, but.
The second one was my
favorite. I think second one, the trains. I want them to do that one, like just open with in the train and shit. Just open with that shit. Like, oh, that should be fucking amazing.
Now, the obvious question for me is, right? Can they make Uncharted the game into a decent movie?
Yes, I think all the components are there. Will they? Is the kicker, like, because all it is just Indiana Jones. It's just an adventure. He has I just need to explore a bunch of shit. Let's go to fly to exotic locations, explore some shit, and some niggas shooting at me, I shoot back, and then we end the movie. Like there's components to make a decent action movie where he's just Indiana Jones and that's it. And just call it Uncharted.
Now this has a release date of December 18th, 2020.
Yep. Okay, so
all right,
so they got time. They can film that shit in January.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
all right. So let's see, Quentin Tarantino and Gerard Carmichael to write the Django. Well, Django.
Yeah.
Django.
Why the fuck I say the Django?
The Django.
Django Zorro movie.
Django.
Now you want to talk about some shit I didn't know I needed?
For real, right?
This shit sound fire.
So black man and a Mexican in a mask.
Nobody recognized this shit. Nobody realized it. They had Django comics before.
Yeah, I think there's a comic.
That.
Yeah,
I think there's a comic with them in it, like Django and Zorro. And, so
they have an individual one with Django. Yeah, so I was reading that shit for a minute.
Yeah, so they're just gonna incorporate that. I'm with it.
Now it's unclear. Well, they have Gerard Carmichael writing it, so I don't know if this is gonna take a more of a comical approach. But Quentin Tarantino's also a part of it, but they don't know if he's actually gonna be writing and or directing on it. So he might not be writing and just directing. He might be directing and not writing. Who knows?
Well, they have source material. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Oh, the book, that so
shit.
the plot with this whole thing is like I think this happens a few years after the whole thing happened with Django. And he happens to run into Zorro, and Zorro's the only one. Like Zorro's one person that he's running into that doesn't give a fuck about his complexion. Him being black or something like that. So So Zorro hires him as his bodyguard, and then they realize that his people aren't the only ones affected by slavery. And Django was already like a not a hitman, but bounty hunter. So he's going around doing that, and then he meets Zorro, and then he hires him, and then now they're going on these adventures and trying to, I guess, end slavery or stop. I don't know what they're doing, but I want to see it. Nigga, Jamie Foxx and
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio kind of old though.
Yeah, he dusty.
Jamie's old.
He's kind of old.
Jamie's old.
How long ago?
Black don't crack though. So
but how long ago was Desperado?
Mad long
time ago.
Like 95?
Yeah, that was
and then we got Once Upon a Time in Mexico in like 2000. 3.
What Antonio Banderas look like? Let me see. This nigga look like.
I mean, he probably actually don't look that bad.
see.
That nigga probably like an aged avocado.
Nah. I think he take care of himself. He probably like that.
Banderas.
That nigga probably look like a leather seat from a fucking Corolla.
God damn, Acura Legend seats. So that's what they look like.
Well,
Not that bad.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He probably don't look that bad. So, but get some new Latino star to swing the sword.
That I can see.
Because Anthony Hopkins is not Spanish.
Nah. So Django, Zorro, we with it?
I like the idea of it.
I like the idea of it.
Who knows how well it turned out, and if Quentin Tarantino's writing, it's gonna be like 1,000 like niggas.
If Quentin Tarantino's a part of it, it's gonna be mad more racist.
Mad
Yeah,
niggas.
it is.
So
Be mad niggas.
my favorite director, Gerard Carmichael, kind of threw me off, but I mean,
I like Gerard Carmichael.
I like him too, but I just don't know.
Yeah, you don't see him doing that, but his brain works different, maybe, so he might be able to make an interesting story.
Yeah, but
I think he's there for the comedy.
Should we handle him with Jordan Peele gloves? I want to say, because we didn't know what Jordan Peele could do until he actually did it with the 2 movies he did. So should we kind of hold Gerard into that same vein?
Yeah,
because
give him the benefit of the doubt until
he's not that far into his career for me to trust him to be like, yo, you should write something of this magnitude though.
Yeah, he wrote the Carmichael show though, right?
Yeah,
it was funny though, right?
Yeah,
right.
But Zorro and Django,
Django was funny at some points.
Yeah, it's comedy in that.
The whole KKK with the bag on the head, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Okay, we have moments of like comedy, but for you to be the lead writer,
yeah, but just because his profession as a stand-up comedian,
you're right,
doesn't mean he can't do serious.
Yeah. I'm not ruling him out, but I am a little skeptical.
Yeah,
tiny bit. It's not like fuck Gerard Carmichael. But I'm like, I'll try it. I'll give it a try. But let's see. Microsoft is making Xbox body wash.
Smell like bitch in here. All y'all smell like bitch to me.
Fuck Xbox.
Now, is this because of what we was talking about with Hilton?
Yep, niggas stink.
When niggas stinking?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Oh shit, maybe. Oh yeah, wash your dirty asses.
Yeah,
here's some Xbox flavored shit.
Back of your neck.
Hell yeah.
Behind your ears, your belly button is disgusting right now.
Facts.
Niggas do stink. Facts. Like,
niggas do. So Microsoft making body wash. Do we see this as
a big thing?
Not a big thing, but
I feel like it's a novelty thing. They just doing it because they can.
Like when you buy a game, like here's some deodorant.
Fucking armpit stank, nigga. Use this.
Like if I see Dove in Xbox on a box, I might be tempted to buy that shit.
Right?
Just a black ass box with the.
You know, be dope with the box make the noise. Like when you open it, it makes the noise. You turn on the freshness.
As soon as you turn off the shower, after taking a shower, like achievement, 20 G's.
Oh shit!
Wash your ass.
That's fucking amazing.
It's an untapped market.
Yeah,
it's an untapped market.
Nerds like to. Some nerds like to smell good too.
Yeah,
nerds don't shower.
I can see this happening. Yo, it is mad nerds that has poor hygiene. I remember one time I was at this Dragon Ball Z tournament, right? In Game Crazy.
Mm.
And it was this motherfucker that was smelling so bad. And I was like, yo, you breaking my concentration. I'm about to lose to this 8-year-old kid because of you. So, yeah.
8-year-olds don't have body odor, do they?
No, but I was playing against this kid and he almost beat me because I was paying attention to this nigga's
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of his plan.
Yeah, I know,
It
right?
was a battle tactic.
He's
like, I'm about to shower for like a week.
Waft this funk to you.
I'm about to fucking hit you with the funk flavor.
Here comes the brand new flavor you get. Funk. Shit, we went to school with niggas like that.
That shit
niggas who smell?
so bad.
Yeah.
Who smell?
Man.
Remember they used to make fun of Travis? Because he didn't wash the back of his neck? It was just mad black. Yo, Travis was maybe in between mine and Hess's complexion, but his back of his neck was like this. It was like blacker than black, yo.
That nigga probably has some type of medical condition.
No, nigga, you don't fucking break your arm. Don't work. It don't go back here. That shit medical condition.
Yeah, you stupid.
I'm laughing at what the commercial could look like. Trying to make gaming sexy.
Oh, shit.
You beat Gears of War, but have you washed your ass today? Do you want women to notice? Here, try Xbox body wash.
Step into some uncharted
waters
and just watch.
You need to wash your uncharted territories.
Even though that's PlayStation exclusive, but still.
I guarantee you it'll have a mass effect on your sex life.
Oh, there you go.
Yo, let me write this shit. Yo, give me like a half hour. I'll write this whole shit, B.
Oh shit.
But let's see. Google Stadia Founders Edition will be priced at $29.99, basically $130, and the subscription will be $9.99 a month. That's a month or a year? A month.
I'm assuming monthly.
Yep. Okay. So Stadia is coming. We can't stop it. People don't seem to like it. All you get is a controller. You don't have to pay for the console.
Because there's no console.
There's no console.
That's the point.
So the whole thing with Stadia is no downloads, no installs, no patches, available on every screen in your life.
I don't know how that even fucking works.
I don't know how that works, but are we to question God?
I question God every day.
Shut up,
That's why I'm like this.
But the Stadia, with you just having a controller and you be able to play it on any TV and anything that has a
like
screen,
your phone too. I think just any fucking thing.
No, it's tablets, laptops, computers, phones, anything that has a fucking screen you can play it on.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works either, but
processors.
The price point being for the Founders Edition being $130.
Yeah,
and then at some point you're still gonna have to buy the game too.
I mean, that's very cheap compared to a console.
Yeah,
super cheap.
That's cheap to actually
cheaper
buy
than
the
everything.
actual console and then buying the game.
Yeah. So even doing that, so that's what, 200 roughly, close to that.
But people don't seem
That's
to
cheaper than a fucking Switch.
Because before I got here, I was watching E3 and they was doing some announcement on the Stadia, and the whole chat was just like, "Yo, I ain't really fucking with this."
I mean, I'm not fucking with it because I don't trust.
Oh, it's just hate.
I don't trust Google.
Yeah, but
they have enough of my information. All right, fucking listen to me as we talk right now from my fucking phone.
The only thing in my head that would drive Stadia over the edge would if it had Stadia exclusive games. Because if I have an Xbox, I have a PlayStation already, and I'm gonna get this new, basically beta test system that I don't know how it's gonna work. Why am I gonna trust my money to spend $59.99 or $69.99 or something that shit that may not be available at all times? I could just buy the disc at the store. I could download it on my Xbox. I know it's there. Why should I? Why Stadia? Why?
Because this is the future of gaming, regardless of whether or not. Yes.
Yeah.
Or are they just throwing shit at a wall because they know they can't compete with Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony?
Well, let's make one thing clear. If Google wanted to, they could make a console and they could probably do it competitively.
Yeah.
They have enough money to do that. I just think that this is the future, and they're a tech company, and we're gonna go streaming. We're gonna go digital. We're gonna go wireless.
Yeah.
Like this, we're trying to be wireless. We're gonna be super connected all the time. That's where we're going in our future.
So trying to be like 5 years ahead of the curve.
Yeah, basically. So, like, will the Stadia be the thing that does it? Maybe not, but this is like the
it's
first
definitely
step.
the future.
Yeah, this is the first
But it's
step
just too
towards
early.
that future.
This is showing them niggas what we capable of.
or
it's too
or
early
to
to
get
go.
an idea. So then the next implication of this will probably be what's really going to start get the ball rolling. It's like with VR. It's like with PlayStation VR. The first one probably it wasn't that great, but I think the VR 2 they have is way better. Like you gotta start somewhere and figure it out, and then you just keep improving it forward and forward and forward, and then you make it cheaper and cheaper. And then my issue that we talked about is just like wireless infrastructure isn't the same across all of the United
Across the
States.
country, yeah.
So it's just I'm concerned about streaming a game through my internet because then there's latency issues. Like if I press the button, but then the action doesn't happen to this on the screen until like a few seconds later. Like that doesn't make the game fun to play. Like I'm worried about all those type of things. Even though they're saying they have figured out and it's fucking Google, so maybe they do. But you know what I mean?
If you have a Google Fiber package,
Yeah.
that might come out with it. I'm like, oh shit, you got me.
So you might pay for it. Yeah, like go buy it. Just
Isn't that already available in like parts of the Midwest or some shit like that? Where they got some shit like that?
Yeah.
So if they hit you with that, the Stadia, but if you get this, you get this Google Fiber
You get
package.
fiber,
I'm like,
Robbie.
shit.
You get 200 up and 30 down. No, that's fucked up. No, it's 200 down and like 30 up. Yeah.
Goodbye Comcast. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Eat a dick, Optimum.
Yeah, for real shit. But when that nigga was talking about the Stadia, it did kind of intrigue me. I was like, you almost got me. Where it was like, yo, you could just press a game. You don't have to download it.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait. You could just press the button and play. I'm like,
I like the idea.
yo, you almost got me, my nigga. But nah, my Xbox is still gonna be on that flow. It's still gonna be there.
I'm gonna just wait and see. I'm not day one in it.
Hell no.
I want it to be out in the wild to see what people say, and see how it works, and see what the word around town is about how it actually works.
It's kind of like people are already complaining about what the PlayStation 5's price might be.
You know it's gonna be at least $500 probably.
Yeah.
I would guess a good $4.99,
yeah,
$5.99.
Yeah. If it's cheaper than that, I'd be surprised. If it's more than that, that's probably a problem.
Now,
that's where they sort of fucked up with the PS3. It was like $600, $700, damn near $600, and that sort of bit them in the ass at the beginning.
do you think Stadia is putting heat on other gaming consoles where it's like, okay, so we see where Stadia is going. So now, are we going to try to go all digital with our consoles? Are we going to try the same thing? You know, just in case it goes good.
I think that's where it's going.
I think they was going all digital regardless.
Yeah.
Not necessarily this generation coming out, whatever, but maybe the generation after that.
Yeah.
They've been thinking about it, and most people buy games digitally right now anyway.
Can I tell you, I hate that shit.
What, buying a digital?
No, digital shit. Where it's like, yo, what if you don't have internet and this game requires the internet?
Yeah,
what if I just can't put the disc in and play? Like what?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's the price you pay to play the game, though.
no, I didn't ask for this. Give me a fucking console where I can fucking put a disc in. I didn't ask for none of this.
Where you gonna buy a disc from?
Dog, I don't know.
Because GameStop gonna be dead.
Yeah.
You got Amazon, you got the black market, you got Tyrone the bum. Somebody got something. Nigga, barbershop dude always coming instead of like, yo, I got that new Mass Effect, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's up, nigga?
The nigga that sell the fucking meats out the freezer.
Niggas sell the meat out the motherfucking cooler. All the fish is on ice, nigga. Nah, I'm good. I don't
know
want
where
no,
you got.
I don't want no porgies.
Yeah, I don't even know where you got that from.
I don't want no
my G.
catfish, my G. I'm good.
And then why you in a barbershop selling it?
Just trying to get a shape up, my nigga.
For real. Let me just get this baldy and go.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
So,
all this shit is headed towards this anyway.
Yeah, it's all. We're in a digital world. We're heading to a digital future, dog.
Yeah, you know,
I mean,
that shit
is.
Most people stream their music. They don't buy it. They don't purchase. They don't download it.
Niggas not gonna realize shit until it's too late. Just like global warming, nigga.
Oh no, I know it's too late, but I'm fucking. What you want me to do? I'm not buying CDs no more, nigga.
Yeah.
I got Spotify. My whole life done fucked up and changed, nigga.
Like you know, they already got Xbox Game Pass. They already got PlayStation Now. Like it's gonna be a time where both of them shit just X out the console completely. So it's gonna be like Netflix.
Oh man,
niggas don't have fucking cable like that.
Yeah, niggas
want cable.
Cut the cord.
Yeah.
Back in my day,
it's useless. I mean, we're gonna be saying we're gonna say that about a lot of shit. We're like in a generation where there's a lot of shit where we have to say back in my day. Like
I remember September 11th. I went to go pick up Blueprint.
I remember.
I went straight to the mall. Towers was falling. And I got Fabulous and Jay-Z.
I remember Blockbusters, nigga. Like, we can see.
I kind of miss that shit where going there in a game you want not being there.
I didn't miss it. I kind of missed that. I missed the experience of like, oh, what am I gonna get?
Just walking up and down like, ooh,
what's this? The cover looks.
Got?
Yeah, that's when cover art used to matter. Because, this cover looks crazy. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yo,
I'm gonna rent it.
No lie. That's how I found out about Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah,
never seen a commercial.
Yeah.
Never, nothing.
Oh yeah, they didn't have it.
I forgot what the fuck I was in EB4. My mother was buying me something. I said, "Ooh, oh, what's that? I want that." And then Toe Jam and Earl. I was like, "Okay, I do it." But let's see, Jessica Jones season 3 trailer.
Was there an actual trailer? The only thing I saw was like a
trailer.
I missed that. I saw it was like a teaser thing of going down the hallway or something.
It was a dude, talking about, it's your time.
Basically some stalker niggas calling her saying, yo, you not real at what you do. You not a hero.
See, this is the shit that I wanted them to do like around the second season, but they did the whole mom thing.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to see.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it's canceled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm still gonna watch it because I enjoy Jessica Jones.
Yeah. Okay, so being that Jessica Jones is canceled.
Well, it might come back.
Yeah, but not for a long ass time, and
2 years,
not on Netflix.
Being that Jessica Jones is canceled, do you think they closed Jessica Jones in a way that we shouldn't expect another season, or in a way that it's done on Netflix, but Defenders will be back in that 2-year time period type of thing? Like they left all the other ones kind of
this one
open ended.
I think this one's gonna be open ended too because I feel like they finished filming it before the news of it getting canceled. So I
thought they was filming it while they got the news.
I think they filmed it. I think it was done like right around the time Punisher was done. They just hold on to the shit. Like they filmed it was done and they was holding on to it, and then all the news about shit getting canceled happened.
I like how a chick went out and got pregnant after the shit. You like, you know what? I ain't got no job no more. I'm about to start having kids.
Who got pregnant?
Jessica Jones actor.
Oh, she got pregnant?
Yeah, she like fucking 8-9 months. She about to pop.
I didn't know that. Congratulations to her. Shout out to her.
She pregnant as fuck. I was like, yo, y'all could have used that in the fucking Luke Cage or something like that.
I know, right?
Well, no, because he's too busy fucking Claire.
Huh? Yeah, I mean,
and then even though it's Rosario Dawson, so I ain't really mad at it.
It is what it is. I ain't even watch it. I ain't even finish watching season 2. To be real with you.
Kind of probably don't have to because it's canceled.
I mean,
it's coming back, man.
You wanted to come back. There's no guarantee.
Coming back.
Then I'm fucking believing.
Now, if this shit does poorly, is it coming back? Because I don't think niggas. Because I think the fact that they canceled it is gonna deter a lot of motherfuckers from watching. Like, yo, this shit. What's the point?
What's the point? So they can't hold it against them for that then, because that's their fault for fucking announcing the news that they canceled before the fucking show came out.
Yeah.
So yeah. If it does bad, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it because I'm not gonna get invested in something that's gonna be fucking over.
Yeah.
So speaking of canceling shows,
Boom.
So Swamp Thing canceled after 1 episode by DC Universe.
Horrible.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Horrible. And the fucked up thing is the show is pretty good.
And the fucked up thing is, I read this before the show even came out.
Yeah. Well, no, before that, they hadn't said it was canceled. They just said that they shortened the season.
I read some shit like, yo, this shit is canceled. Even though they're shooting it and finishing it, I heard this shit, yo, this shit will not get a second season. I read that somewhere, because I remember I texted that in the group chat, and I think hashtag 9 went from 13 episodes to 10.
Yeah, I thought they just shortened the season.
I was like, dog, I read somewhere they canceled this shit already. And then it comes out, and then like, oh, what's your pick? Oh, Swamp Thing, pretty good. And then 2 days later,
damn, God damn,
out of here.
I was like, damn, yeah, that's the same shit I just said about Jessica Jones goes with this. Like, why the fuck would you talk about it being canceled before you fucking finish the goddamn season? Because now I don't have any incentive to go back and watch it, even though I did watch the second episode in this. I still do think it's a pretty decent show. But.
Do we attribute this to the DC Universe app going belly up, or do we? Okay,
I don't know, because they were saying the creative differences thing, and like just saying one person wanted it to be like a procedural monster of a week type of thing, and the other one was like, obviously, if you watched the first episode and the second episode is like they wanted to be more of a clearly like horror type of thing, and I guess they have differences about the direction to take the show. But it could also be because the fucking app is flopping, because I don't hear nobody ever talking about that shit.
Because
really.
niggas too busy worrying about the fucking Snyder Cut. That's the problem.
Well, just worry about it while you pay for DC's
Bobby
service.
might be right.
They too busy worried about that shit, man.
Yeah, they still talk. I'm mad they still talk about that.
Fuck that shit,
That's
man.
whatever be. But
R.I.P. Swamp Thing.
R.I.P. Swamp Thing.
You was gone before you even got
they
here.
dead ass aborted this nigga.
Damn. Yes, that shit wasn't in Alabama.
It was in Louisiana. It's kind of close. Some type of bayou.
So you had to go in one state over just so you can get it done.
It's like a bitch. Just never mind.
Oh, was it New Orleans? It was in New Orleans.
I mean, that's the only place I know where it's like marshes and swamps and shit like that. Where it's like heavily televised. Where it's like, yo, down on the bayou.
On the bayou. Come on down.
You remember that Family Guy skit where this black guy was coming to his Kermit? He was like, "Hey, you know where Louisiana's at?" He's like, "Yeah, back the way you came." Cock the shotgun.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
Yeah, back the way you came.
So, let's see. X-Men, the animated series team to pitch Disney revival.
Yo, I'm with it, nigga. Yo.
Now, if they do this, is it possible to get the original voice actors?
I hope so.
If they're not dead, yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Shit.
If they not dead.
I don't know if any of them niggas is dead or not.
I want that original Wolverine.
Where
are you, Marv?
Yeah. But this could be another Justice League where it's like, y'all niggas asked for this shit back and didn't watch it.
I think this is different, though. I think this is different.
Well, it depends on where they put it.
Because it's Disney Plus app.
Yeah.
Yo, if that shit is on a Disney Plus app, it's over.
Yeah.
Shit's over. I mean, I was already getting it. But.
It's a riggedy rap, y'all.
Yeah.
But that was supposed to be the selling point for the DC app. It was like, yo, we bringing back Justice League.
Oh,
I mean,
Justice.
not fucking Justice League. What am I talking about?
Young Justice.
Young Justice. We bring it back, Young Justice. Y'all niggas asked for this shit back. Y'all didn't watch this shit. This was the whole incentive of buying the app. And we put mad other shows on there. So after you've done watching that, you can go watch that. And niggas are still like, There's a DC app?
Well, yeah. Like, the thing that Disney doesn't have a problem with is that I feel like DC fucked up is that they should have just made it a WB app and had DC shit up there. Now, Disney, they have a Disney app with Disney shit up there. They have the whole filming catalog, so they have collateral for you to buy it anyway. And then you just add in the Mandalorians, the Star Wars shit. You're adding the Loki shit. Now, top it off. Oh, X-Men animated series, the shit in the 90s that you like. Remember that?
Yeah.
Now you get it.
Coming back, nigga.
So I'm getting this shit anyway. This is some shit that I'm getting anyway.
Dog, I was getting it anyway, but if they bring back X-Men...
Yeah, with the original theme song. I'm like,
if they bring it back with the original theme song and
it's continuation.
Yeah, continue. Yeah, they're gonna continue.
They
the
didn't
story.
finish it.
What the fuck did they end on?
I think
remember.
Apocalypse.
I ain't even fucking remember.
I think it was Apocalypse, and then they showed.
I thought they ended on Bishop.
They might have.
I think it was something with
It's been so
Apocalypse, and
long.
then they showed in the future with all them growing up and shit like that. Yeah,
It mattered niggas was dead.
Yeah,
dead. Do you think that?
I'm with it, man.
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
So, Fantastic Four MCU reboot is in development. It has a release date for 2022.
Good. I'm with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
now,
do it right.
So now
for the third time, fourth time.
So
It's gonna be the fourth time.
Yeah.
So June 12th, 2019, right? So we have that much time to get the actors. We have
June
time
9th.
to get a script. Nigga, I'm talking about when the show
John
come out.
Krasinski.
You gotta think in the future.
Oh, I
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski.
Yeah. Emily Blunt.
Emily
Come on,
Blunt.
let me get it.
Maybe. So we got time to get actors.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
they
got
already
time to write a
legends.
script. We got time to think of a plot.
Mhm.
We got time to bang y'all niggas in the head with some shit y'all ain't seen before. Maybe Galactus and Silver Surfer. Who
Nah, not
knows?
Galactus.
Not this early.
Nah, because he's like a big world event.
Okay, so can we do Doctor Doom?
Yeah.
At least.
See, my
Can we get a
problem with-
Victor Von Doomis in this bitch?
Like
Done right.
like I want it, but the problem is they use them all the time. So I feel like maybe they should try something different.
Okay, so who is another Fantastic Four villain?
Fucking Namor.
Oh yeah.
Namor.
Right.
But what if they're
Stuff
using
like
Namor
that.
for Wakanda?
Well, he could show up in Wakanda and then try to take his girl and Fantastic Four. I don't know. Can't really use the scrolls because they made the scrolls friendly.
Yeah.
But again, that was in the 90s, so who knows? We could like
can.
have time pass and then now they're
right.
fucking dicks.
Yeah.
It's like, now we're mean scrolls.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody like who's just as smart as
Reed
Tony
Richards.
Stark.
I mean,
Richards.
Yeah, we gotta do
You got
Doom.
Shuri.
And now we gotta do Doom.
Reed
You're
Richards
right.
is smart as fuck.
Yeah, he's one of the smartest, but
Ain't Shuri smarter than
Nah.
Tony?
Well,
Tony probably.
Debatable.
Let the black woman live.
Yeah. She's supposed to be getting an animated series too.
Let a black queen
Oh, yeah.
thrive.
At some point she might become Black Panther, who knows?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that'd be dope.
possibly.
So let's see. So
Bond
Fantastic Four, we with it.
Of course.
Hopefully
If
it
it's done right.
hopefully it lives up to expectations, but we can only hope so. But
Yeah.
you know. Is this gonna be that's not gonna be the first phase 4, is it?
Fantastic Four?
Nah, that's something's supposed to come out in 2021, right? Or 20.
I don't know. I don't have they released.
Eternals?
They haven't released
the
what their
only thing.
actual release schedule
Did you know
is.
Keanu Reeves is in talks of being in
Yeah, I seen that.
Eternals? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They haven't put any release dates out. I think after Spider-Man, they've talked about movies that they plan on making, but we don't have any actual like definitive dates about what's coming when. So they're probably maybe waiting until after Spider-Man comes out.
yeah.
Because I'm assuming maybe that has some
I mean,
stuff that leads into
It'll
the
be
next phase
dope.
of shit.
It'll be dope if you start phase 4 with Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
So
But then we have to wait fucking 3 years, man,
I mean, I can wait. Hopefully, I'm still here.
for a Marvel movie. Period.
Yeah. But damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not happening.
Yeah, we ain't had this long of a
Yeah.
break, and yeah,
Never since they
Damn,
started.
man, we ain't get no Marvel pussy for 3 years.
Yeah, at least.
Well, it gives you DC to show up.
Yo, DC is a hand job. Marvel's the pussy. I want the pussy.
Yeah. You got the grips.
Yeah, I
Give me that
want
grip.
clank on.
Clickety clack.
Fucking hand job. I can do this myself.
Can't nobody touch me like I touch me.
Marvel ain't never touched me like nobody touched me. I swear I don't love DC, baby. I only love you. So,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. So,
Stroke the shot, baby.
I only put the tip in. I swear. I was just watching them shows. I was gonna get right back.
Yo, putting the tip in is excellent. You know, that's the best. That's the best part of fucking like just putting the tip in. You get that.
Nah, no, not that tip, but like that first entry,
Niggas,
like the first stroke is like
yeah, nice and warm.
it's All right, so picks.
Let me stop.
Yeah, it's about to be a nasty summer for Bobby.
I think it'll be a blur cow.
Right.
It's about to be a
like
nasty
Burkhart,
summer
like-
for Bobby.
Let me stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call me your Scott Summers. Yeah.
Yeah. Wolverine.
Oh, Gene. So picks, man. What's your pick, man? Get the fuck out of here.
Find my Jessica Jones right quick. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yo, if you get a white bitch pregnant, you can't be on the show no more.
Yeah, I can't.
Why not?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get some white bitches pregnant.
Why, man?
Why not? What's wrong with getting white people pregnant?
I don't know why that sounds wild.
Say I'm not exclusively trying to get white people pregnant.
That's why
but-
niggas love you, Hedge.
It would be that offshoot one white chicken and just walking around.
Yeah. I mean, nah, it be
Not exclusively trying to
it be
get
non-POC characters at BlurCon.
Man, no. Not exclusively trying to get some white chick pregnant, but I get a white chick pregnant. I get a black chick pregnant, get a Spanish chick pregnant.
Make some Terrace Howards.
I mean, right?
Yo,
What's up, man?
it's gonna be
Make some
mad.
Mariah Carey's in this bitch.
Yo, it's gonna be mad NPCs then.
Make some new Tiger Woods.
Yeah, some Michael Ealy's.
Yeah, we about overdue for a new Tiger Woods.
Yo, that might be the new acronym, yo. Yo, that bitch is an NPC. She's a
Non-playable character.
Non-person of color.
non-person of color.
God damn.
NPC. That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode. NPC.
That's our shit. Don't be stealing our shit.
Yeah. If I hear
NPC.
if I hear a nigga say that shit about a fucking white person, that's it.
Yo, I
Okay.
met this
Badass
badass NPC.
NPC.
That's the name of the podcast.
Oh,
Yo, Hesh, what is your pick, nigga?
Yo, we gotta copyright that.
we got copyright mad
Mad
shit.
shit.
I see this fucking James Wallace doing his fucking videos saying our shit. I was like, yeah, we do need copyright. shit, nigga.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, I got one. Nah, never mind.
NPCs.
I don't really have a pick. I'm gonna
Wait
say,
till this merch come out, nigga.
just go watch X-Men so you can be sad like I'm sad.
The Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, the dark.
Damn.
All right, cool. Bobby, what's your pick, man?
It's this YouTube page, Control Shift Face.
Control shit face?
Shift Face.
Oh, shift.
Oh, I think I know who that is. I think I just started watching.
They
his
call
video.
that shit deep fake. Yo, he's got this one thing, Terminator, right? But they put Sylvester Stallone's face on it. That shit look wild. Like it's so crazy how technology goes. They got this one thing where I think it's Bill Hader. He's a comedian. He was doing Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice, and he put Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice up. But how it transitions is so fucking freaky on it. And he was doing impersonation and shit like that of his kid. He's like, give me a diaper, Doc McStuffins, Peppa Pig, I threw up. I need Pedialyte. Like that shit was funny as fuck.
All right. So my pick is Archer.
Archer.
I think season 10 just started. Yeah, new episodes.
Yeah.
Season 10 just started. You know the fucking foul shit? As much shit as I miss and don't watch, I don't think I've ever missed an episode of Archer.
You shouldn't.
Like, I think I watched every episode of all 10 seasons.
I do have to watch the last
And
season.
it's not a lot of episodes that didn't make me laugh, where I was like, yo, this episode is mad funny or it's mad fucked up.
Stupid.
Archer's fucking funny.
That's how you get ants.
Yo, everything, it's just mad crazy shit. That shit always make me laugh. So
I think I stopped when he got the black chick pregnant.
Fraser.
that was like season 3 or 4.
No, it was like
I think it was
6.
six.
That's
Yeah.
like 6.
Yeah, it was up there.
It was 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Was
just-
this after they was in the fucking rainforest?
Yeah, he went to the rain store, got the beard. He was like,
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fucking
Okay.
little baby AJ.
Yeah. All right. So that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
We done, Hesh?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking about life.
Think about them white bitches. Think about them NPCs, nigga. All right. So Ninja Vanish. We out of here.